Today I'm going to Petco to pick out a new betta fish, and the reason I'm doing this is because my betta fish passed away this morning, and I like to rescue betta fish from Petco. Because of the way that they tend to treat their animals, a lot of them don't really have a good chance at life, and so I try to do my part in taking one home every once in a while that needs me. So what I'm going to do here, you'll see me looking at each of the cups, is I'm looking for the one that seems to be having the hardest little struggle. Maybe they're too big for the cup, maybe they just seem really sad or down, or they're kind of wonky, and I do this so that I can kind of basically save someone's little life. They're here no matter if I come or not. So this guy was a little hyper. He seems to be doing okay. I put him down. He was pretty though. I've had a lot of blue ones like that. This guy here, I look at him a couple of times because he was definitely a contender, but he was a little too hyper for my tank, and I was worried about my other fish. So I got to pick one with a good temperament as well. I have cory cats in the tank as well, and sometimes shrimp. This one looks very sad. This was almost one I got. I still really feel bad for that one. I wish I had more tanks because that one was adorable and just looked kind of bummed, but hopefully that was just his RBF. Cute little mermaid one here. Beautiful color. A little too small just for my tank. I want something a little bigger. That guy I thought was dead, but then he started moving around. But he kind of perked up, so I checked on him. Sometimes they lay like that. He was cute, though. They have betta of the month, 25% off, but, you know, that's probably ones that they can't get rid of. The water in there was pretty gross in some of these, but the lady was changing it. And then we have this one down here, little female. She was a little too small for my tank, and I was worried she wouldn't be good enough at, like, swimming in there, but she's definitely a cutie pie, and hopefully somebody will get her. Over on the side, they usually have some of these are sometimes a little bit more neglected because people come in and look at the ones in the front. Another blue one. I've had a lot of ones that look just like that. That's a very common color scheme. Little guy down here. I like to check the ones at the bottom who don't get a lot of love. This one looked pretty sad, so I was making sure it was okay. It was a little reactive, but I think probably just sick of being in that cup. All these cups were really cold, and it made me feel bad. They need to have, like, heaters or something for these guys, like, especially because they're in these cups. Now, at this point, there was a worker who was bringing more fish over. She was changing out their water, and I asked her if it was okay if I recorded. She said it was fine. So I continued recording here while she was putting them on the shelf, and we were just kind of chatting. Now, she at least was cleaning up the cups. She was getting ready to clean up the other cups, too. So now I'm kind of trying to decide what I'm going to do here. This is the fish I ended up getting, and I got him because he was laying on his side after she changed his water. And don't mind my camera work here. I put the heated seat on for him, and he looked thin to me, and he was just struggling, so I picked him specifically for that reason, because he wouldn't have made it otherwise. The lady in there was changing the water out, and she's actually a really nice person, but I don't think they really understand, like, they got to leave some of the old water in there. You can't do that. And I said, you know, this one looks like it's, like, dying. And she said, oh, they get shocked whenever I change their water. They shouldn't. And she said, well, it's because it's a little cup. I didn't argue with her. I was just like, okay. Because at least she cares and is, like, trying to take care of them. But I'm just hoping I can get him home in time and get him acclimated to better water conditions, and hopefully he'll be okay. All their cups were really cold because it's cold out today. And I wish they put, like, a heater or something by there. It's just bad. It's just bad practice. It makes me sad, but this is why I do this, is just go in and try to help somebody else get a home. So we are going to carefully drive home now. I'll probably hold him most of the ride. I turned on the seat heater over here. He's sitting over there, so hopefully he'll warm up a little bit. And he's not laying on his side anymore, which is good. And then he perked up when he saw me, so I'm hoping he's going to be a good little buddy. Yep. That's all we got. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm at a stop sign right now, P.S. Or at stoplight, my God. When I was, like, recording the bettas in the store, this lady came by and asked, can I help you with anything? And I said, no, I'm just trying to pick which one I'm going to take home. And she was like, pick any one you want. And I was just like, yeah, I like to try to pick the one that I feel like it needs me the most. And she rolled her eyes at me. So anyway, like, how the hell are you going to work at a pet store and have that kind of attitude? But it is Petco, so I'm not really surprised. So anyway, let's do this. That's perked up a bit. I put him on the heated seat, so I think he was pretty cold. He's got some food in there. He's not really into it, though. We'll take that out. You guys gonna help? No? Don't care? Totally unrelated, but before I get him set up, I'm gonna make one of these. I've never had this before, and I am not selling this. This is not a sale thing. I got it before I went to the pet store to get my friend here, so we're gonna try it out. All right, now, since they just recently changed his water, and I'm pretty sure they gave him an entirely full water change, I don't want to have more of a shock to his system. So, I do have the light turned off in this tank. Just gonna bring you guys down a bit. And we are gonna start by floating him. Now, if this water looks a little cloudy to you, it is on purpose by design, because I just changed it. Just did a water change today. Hopefully it's not too full. Okay, perfect. And so, when I did the water change, I put in what's called Clarity. It's a chemical. And it kind of pulls all the impurities out of the water and pulls them together. And it'll make the water cloudy for like a day or two, but it's totally normal. So, just so I don't get any complaints about why you putting him in that cloudy water. Now, I need a towel. But anyway, so he's going to float like this for a bit. Hang on one second. All right, so he's going to float in this cup, because what I want to do first is I want to get him used to the temperature of this water. And then, because of the shock that he's already been through today, what I'm going to do here is in about 20 minutes, I'm going to put a little bit of water from this tank into his cup. But I'm going to only dump a little bit of his water out and trade it out. I'm going to do that a couple more times until he's become acclimated and he seems okay to my water parameters, because it's going to be different than theirs. And once he's kind of doing that, then we can finally get him into the tank with everybody else we have. As you can see, Cory Cat's in here. There's a panda Cory. There's a reflection here, guys, but anyway, there's some Cory Cats in there. And some snails somewhere. And there were shrimp, but I think we need to replenish our shrimp population, because they kind of had a bad... Shrimp can be really difficult sometimes, and I had to change tanks, and they did not survive, but we'll be getting more shrimp soon. But anyway, so I'm going to pause for now and let him kind of take his time, and I'll be back. Hopefully we'll have enough time in the rest of this video to show you what happens. Also, if you're interested in my zoo, here's my other babies. Cats downstairs, which you saw. And here's some babies here, which are we ready to come out, or are we still napping? Do we want to come out? You want to come out? Or you look tired? Come on, baby. We're going to open up your cagey. If you want to come out, you can. What do you think? What do you think? Are you so tired? Oh, are you so tired? Thank you. Thank you. Where's your sister? There's sister in there too, huh? Where's sister? You don't know? Okay, well, anyway, we'll do a second video and show you guys how our buddy is acclimating to the tank, what we end up naming him, and if you want to see any other content like this, please comment and let me know. I make all kinds of content, but I can do more animals if this is something you guys are interested in. Say bye! Say kissy kissy! And there's sister. She was behind him sleeping.